we're going.
All right, so our project was Belongingness among major and non-major sharing flockmates. And our research investigates the impact that our majors have on a student's sense of belongingness. Social networks have a large impact on both our happiness and well-being as an individual, and having a strong social support system is proven to have several physical and mental health benefits. There are three different mechanisms that are found to be related to happiness in social networks. The first being induction. Happiness in one person leads to happiness in another. The second is homophily, the phenomenon that people who are happy tend to have a connection with other people. And the third is confounding. People who are connected tend to jointly experience the same event.
We wanted to look into whether or not this idea stands true on a college campus such as UNC's, and we tested this by analyzing how well people fit in, depending on their major and the number of people who are on a similar path. Our hypothesis was that people who are surrounded by other students who share the same major will have a higher sense of belongingness than those who do not. Both the concept of confounding and the theory of positivity resonance support this idea. Positivity resonance is defined as the connection one has to other people or the moments in which positive emotions are shared between each other.
For the methods and participation, the sample for the study consisted of students taking an interdisciplinary studies course on health and happiness. As such, this sample was one of convenience due to the lack of resources to perform random sampling and is composed of students registered for the course. A total of 70 participants completed the two surveys. Information about the age range was not collected during the study. Data was collected about participants' gender identity, with 42.86% being male and 57.14% being female. Participants were also asked their ethnicity, which showed a heavy skew towards white. Of the sample, 62.64% were first years, 8.22% were sophomores, 20% juniors, and 8.57% seniors. The students were randomly placed into groups for the entirety of the semester, which consisted of 45.71% mixed, 34.29% female, and 20% all male. In our research, we used a pre-test and post-test within subjects design. Prior to the start of the intervention, students in the class were randomly assigned into groups which had a gender makeup of either mixed, all female, or male. An online survey program, Qualtrics, was used to conduct the psychological and demographic portion of the study over a computer. The goal of the study is to test whether or not belongingness at UNC Chapel Hill increases in students who share the same major as someone in their group. We operationalized belongingness through a 12-item general belongingness scale assessment in a Qualtrics survey given at the beginning of the semester and another at the end of the semester to assess the difference. For example, a sample belongingness item from the survey would ask the student to rate, when I am with other people, I feel included, on a scale of 1, strongly disagree, to 7, strongly agree. 2 waves of data collection were conducted in which students reported physical health, psychological health, and general demographic information. The first set of assessments were taken at the beginning of the semester in late January, and the second wave was taken towards the end of the semester in April. Our study specifically looked at the psychological assessment and the demographic information related to majors in order to gauge the belongingness of students at UNC. Positive emotions, gratitude and compassion, resilience, belongingness, altruism, harmonious and obsessive passion for physical activity, etc., were all variables of psychological assessment which were collected through different modified scales for both waves of data collection. For the purpose of this study, items from the belongingness scale were used to test our hypothesis as well as information about shared majors with individuals in their group. After completing the assessment towards the beginning of the semester, students continued to attend lectures, do assignments, and engage in wellness activities with their assigned groups. Each group decided on what wellness activities they would like to engage in as a group, such as meditation, yoga, writing gratitude letters, and going for dinner together. Nearing the end of the semester, the second wave of data collection for post-intervention measurements were taken.
So like Shivani said, students took 2 different surveys during the semester. Our research only includes students who provided the appropriate data for this project. Therefore, it does not include the entire class, but only 70 students, 48 of them sharing a major with someone in their flock, and 22 of them not. We did an independent sample t-test by separating students with shared majors with those without one, and averaged the students' levels of belongingness at both time 1 and time 2. As you can see in the table below, the average belongingness for students with a shared major is around 4.71 and a standard deviation of 0.55. Students without a shared major within their flock had an average level of about 4.84 with a standard deviation of 0.53. The bar graph compares these two numbers, showing us that people with a shared major within the group had slightly higher levels of belongingness than the remaining 22 students. So with that, all that being said, students that share a major with a member of their flock are not significantly different from those who do not in terms of average belongingness.
Yeah, going back to the table, we can see little variation in belongingness between individuals who had no shared majors within their flock and those who had one shared major. We visualize this in a bar graph that compares the means of the two variables. However, make sure to pretend increments on the y-axis small and therefore make the variation seem significant at first glance.
Based on the results of the study, we reject the null hypothesis that belongingness was higher in individuals at UNC who share the same major as those in their groups compared to individuals who do not, based on a t-statistic, which is negative 0.92, and a large p-value, which is 0.36. The weaknesses of our study are the small sample size, 70 individuals, and the majority of participants being freshmen, which can lead to bias in our results. Although data was skewed by a small sample size, we can infer from our results that feelings of belongingness in small groups is unlikely to be correlated to shared majors among the individuals.
So that's it from us. We just wanted to take a second to say thank you to the professors and the TAs for supporting us throughout the semester and by furthering our research experience through feedback and presentation opportunities.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.